Am I the asshole for not changing how I walk? I 19 female work in a furniture store. I've been here about a month. My boss recently called me into the office and asked me to fix my walk as it's quite suggestive. I asked what she meant and she told me that I know what my body looks like and that walking the way I do brings attention to my bum. I told her I can't help this as I have larger hips and it'll always make my bum stick out and that no matter what it'll look odd. She told me to try hunching a little when I walk just to help things and I did try it for a few days, but it didn't feel good and made my back hurt, so I went back to walking correctly. Yesterday she said she was disappointed that I'm still drawing this kind of attention to myself and that it's not ladylike. Am I the asshole? 6 hours update. Thank you to everyone. Things didn't go so well. I wrote this before my shift started and when I got in she asked me into the office and she fired me. She said I had the choice to be a professional or a distraction and she said it's clear I've made my choice. I'll be looking for work soon, but thanks to everyone for the kind messages. Not the asshole. You should be reporting all these interactions to human resources. Not the asshole. That's sexual harassment and you should report it ASAP. Get a lawyer if you can. Many take sexual harassment suits for free. Not the asshole at all. Does your store have an HR department? This is something that should be escalated to them, or your boss's boss, or someone higher than your boss. This is a sexual harassment lawsuit waiting to happen. Not the asshole. I smell a harassment lawsuit. Wait, you got fired for this? I would think this would be cause to lawyer up. That sounds illegal AF, and I'm so sorry you had to deal with that BS. Here's hoping you can find some justice for what you were put through. Not the asshole 1000%. Not the asshole. This is sexual harassment. If a man were saying it to you, would you even think twice about that? Tell her that her comments are making you feel very uncomfortable and ashamed of your physique, for something you cannot help. She has no right to talk to you that way. Hopefully, she will take the hint and realize that she has crossed a line. Not the asshole. Sexism begets an HR visit. This is inappropriate. And hunching is improper posture. Causing back problems isn't a solution to your boss being a pervert. Not the asshole. This is sexual harassment. Not the asshole. I'm going to need you to put that in writing. Not the asshole. When she mentions it again next time, tell her it's odd that she's so fixated on your body. Because it is. Not the asshole. Your boss is way out of line for that. That's disrespectful and sexual harassment. Disgusting behavior on your boss's part. I suggest finding a new job if you can because I don't see this going well for you. NTA. This is sexual harassment. Please report this. Not the asshole. You most definitely are not the asshole and your boss is a dick to try and body shame you. You shouldn't change how you carry yourself, especially if it is causing you pain. And if your boss is uncomfortable about it, it sounds like it's a problem they themselves need to address, not you. My petty self would report said boss for inappropriate comments about my person, but also you would be putting a bigger target on your back if nothing is done to said boss. I don't really have a solution for you, but just know that you are not an asshole for being comfortable in your own body. Not the asshole. Run, don't walk, to HR and report this. You have been fired for having the body of a young woman. Pretty sure that is illegal, so not the asshole. She actually asked you to cause injury to yourself through bad posture, just because you have the body of a young woman. I expect at 19, you probably don't have the means to contest this, but she has absolutely discriminated against you, and if you could take legal action you should. Sadly, assholes get away with this because their victims are young and don't have money. Not the asshole. I'm so sorry someone is treating you this way. You don't look odd, you look like you, in your body, the way it is shaped. There's nothing suggestive about it. Your boss is sexualizing you, which is completely inappropriate. I would definitely look for another job if you can, since it doesn't sound like you have any HR department to go to. Meanwhile, stand up for yourself by letting her know that you're not going to change your walk, which is just the way your body moves, to please her, and that her asking you to makes you very uncomfortable. If she's on the reasonable end, hopefully she'll hear that and back off. If not, she's pretty crazy and I'd get away if you can. Good luck. Not the asshole. Go find another job. You don't need this type of harassment. Not the asshole. That's sexual harassment. If there's a place to report her, do so. Unfortunately, there are many states where all employment is at will. Employers can fire you for any reason they want. But even in places like Alabama, I would think that this was actionable. You're definitely not the asshole, and your boss needs to have a complaint filed against her. Well, if you're in the U.S., you can file for unemployment since it's an unjustified fire and draw that extra $300 weeks. And then go in and tell her how much you're making because she's a sexist pig. Also, not the asshole. Not the asshole. Your boss is leaving herself open to all kinds of legal trouble with this. Go to HR, that's sexual harassment. Not the asshole. Get it in writing what she wants you to do. Have her sign and date it, and add your own signature. Then, when she decides to fire you for refusing to injure yourself, you have proof for your discrimination suit. If she refuses to put it in writing, she clearly knows that she's on thin legal ice and you still don't have to do it. Not the asshole, you should report this to HR ASAP. Not the asshole. That's sexual harassment. She fired me. Apply for unemployment. Let her try to explain to the state that she fired you for walking inappropriately. And yeah, employment lawyer if you can. Many state bar associations have a way for you to get an initial consultation with a lawyer for free. It might be worth seeing if you have a case. Not the asshole. If this is a chain store, reach out to HR right now. This is wrong on so many levels. I'd absolutely file for unemployment ASAP and see if you have a case for wrongful termination. I would absolutely think that a person getting fired over the natural way they freaking walk isn't valid grounds for termination. And to anyone who says, it's at will, well, yes there are many states, assuming OP is in the US, that do this, but it's still something worth looking into. OP was basically slut-shamed and fired for an incredibly ridiculous reason and I doubt the owner or the boss is protected in a circumstance like this. Not the asshole. Oh my gosh, what? Not the asshole. That's completely inappropriate. Report her right away. Someone telling you to hunch a little is not someone who's looking out for your good. Record these interactions, and report her to HR right away. If you don't, you're only enabling her crazy and she will do the same thing to you and other things. This is someone clearly unprofessional and to be honest, she sounds a little jealous. Not the asshole. Telling you to hunch is absurd and damaging. I do think you should start looking for a new job. She's an owner, that makes this a no-win situation. Not the asshole and that is sexual harassment by your boss. Check in with our not the asshole. Have you tried galloping at work instead? But really how you walk is how you walk so I'm not quite sure how a person expects you to change that. Not the asshole to everyone saying, go to HR, I worked in furniture and, unless it is a major chain, there is no hour. The manager's comments are definitely sexual harassment. As they fired you, I would go to a lawyer right away. If you can't afford one, you can use legal aid. Most law firms will do a free consultation. I wouldn't expect to get your job back, but you can get back pay and damages. Plus it will make them think twice about doing it again. She fired me. I'm so sorry. If you post to our legal advice they'll dig up the appropriate links for you to report this. I believe the EEOC is one. You won't have to pay any money, and there's a good chance you'll receive a financial settlement for being fired due to sexual discrimination. At a minimum, that manager will get in significant trouble and won't do that to the next young woman, so you'll be protecting future people from having this happen to them. Are you in the US? 'Cause if you are, you need to reach out to a lawyer, or the local media. What she was doing was sexual harassment. Telling you to walk different so that people don't look at your rear end. Way out of line, unprofessional, and illegal. Not the asshole harassing people about their bum is what is not ladylike. Oh my goodness, definitely not the asshole. She's a sexist piece of crap that's sexually harassing you. Please report her ASAP. She is watching your bum and making comments about your body? That's harassment. Not the asshole. Sounds like she was looking for a reason to fire you. Either that or she was jealous of attention you were getting. Change the way you have walked your entire life for this, presumably, low-paying job and to soothe my fragile ego. I'd be asking legal advice about how legit that firing can be. Not the asshole. This is sexual harassment and you've been unlawfully fired. Please find a lawyer ASAP. If this isn't a lie, get a lawyer. Not the asshole. What fresh fuckery is this? Your boss needs to keep her yap shut and mind her business. Not the asshole. Not the asshole, and I think you might have some type of lawsuit on your hands. I highly doubt it's legal to fire someone for walking how they walk. Based on your update, I'd say you have a terrific sexual harassment lawsuit on your hands. Not the asshole, by the way. You need to sue. You're not the asshole and no one should be allowed to disrespect and objectify you in this way. Not the asshole. Oh my god, that update. Hopefully you live somewhere you can sue for wrongful termination. Not the asshole, get a lawyer. Wrongful termination lawsuit. She thinks you're young, dumb, and won't do anything. Prove her wrong. This sounds like ops gonna soon be winning a very big fat settlement. I hope she sues the fuck out of them.